Hi everyone, FB here to bring you a cast of the TM Masters Team Cup 2015 semi-final between Back to Business and Team Dignitas. Last week the quarterfinals were played with Back to Business winning against Team Hot with a 2-1 score, and Team Dignitas once again defeated BX3 and now with a 2-0 score. In the other semi-final, which I will also cast tonight, will be between Fun Team and Penta. Fun Team completely destroyed Team Acer last week, while Penta had a much more difficult time beating Speedo Team to reach the semifinals. And here is the format for the playoffs. It's played in 4 vs 4 with the points limit set to 7, just like in the group stage. However, tennis mode is now in effect, which means you have to win with 2 points if the score is 6-6. 3 new maps are played on every week, and in the playoffs a best of 3 system will be used. It's single elimination and respawn is not allowed. First place will win 50,000 planets as well as 250 euros sponsored by Open Gaming Series. Second and third place will also win some prizes in form of planets. And we are about to go live in the first round here. The first map will be Do You Even Tech Bra by Kurdo. The world record is 39.857, and we are live into the first, or never mind, we are not. But now we will start, I believe. So the lineups, now that I have time, will be Pessy, Shark, Click and Paul for Back to Business, and for Dignitas we got Pack, Bergie, Nugget and Spam. And we have some other streams going on as well. Of course Spam is streaming his point of view, and then also Nelky is casting the match, and also perhaps Koons. So you can check all the streams if you click on the Trackmania 2 Stadium link above the stream to see who are live. And I will also cast the other semi-final following this match. But now we are not live again. Okay, there's a warm-up. So we have to skip these warm-up rounds. But then we will hopefully start the match. So one more skip. Or maybe we'll finish this warm-up round. Of course, Team Dignitas are the defending champions. They won against Team Druids last year in the grand final. Team Druids who are now Positive Vibrations. And Back to Business is a newly formed team with old school players. Although I guess Shark is kind of a new school player. And here we go, first round of the semi-final. Back to Business versus Team Dignitas. We are following Nugget for Team Dignitas as he gets a pretty good start. We saw 2 blue players, Click and Pessy, falling down in the first corner. So, oh, and Click will crash again, so this looks promising for Team Dignitas. As we see a couple of players doing a wall hit at that section. Pessy at 7th place, far behind. In the lead is Shark, but it's not going to matter right now unless Paul can go up to first and second as well. But no, Paul's going to end up clipping the wall. Could have been a draw for Back to Business, but instead it looks like this is going to be a point for Team Dignitas. Shark wins it with a time of 40.49, but he got Nugget, Pack and Bergie following him. And that's going to be enough for Team Dignitas to win the first point. So 0-1 is the score. And of course Back to Business and Team Dignitas were in the same group in the group stage, and the Back to Business actually were able to defeat Team Dignitas with a 2-1 score. And as a result, Team Dignitas got a worse seeding going into the playoffs. They had to play against BX3 among others, while Back to Business got a much easier path to this semi-final. Looks like Click is in the lead right now, but all 4 Dignitas players will follow him. Shark now far behind. Unless we see mistakes here from the Dignitas players, this will be another point for the red team. And so it will be 2700s between them all. Or 2500s rather, so very strong beginning here for Team Dignitas, as they got a 2-point lead. Starting the third round, and right now it does not look very good for Back to Business. They'll have to step it up, especially Pessy has not had a good start to this match. There he is, again in the middle of the pack, and then has a bad wall bounce as well. Gonna drop down to last place where Shark is as well. Or he's at the bottom. So this looks to be another point for Team Dignitas, I mean. Pack in the lead. Nugget having a close fight with Click for second place. Paul is at fourth place, but not anymore. Click, Spam with good speed will pass Click in the end and go up to third place behind Pack and Nugget. And this looks to be a blowout right now. Back to Business not able to keep up. Making too many mistakes. So let's see if they can pick up the pieces before it's too late. Team Dignitas with a 3-point lead now. And once again, the Back to Business players have major trouble with that turn in the start. 3 players now falling down. And none of the Team Dignitas players, I don't think they've even made a single mistake yet in the start. So yeah, this looks to be another red point. Nugget in the lead ahead of Pack. Pessy now doing well, but it's not going to matter even if he takes first place. Bergie at fourth. Or fifth rather, behind Spam. All 4 Dignitas players without any mistakes in this round, and that's gonna be another point for them. Nugget wins the round ahead of Pessy. Spam at third, Pack at fourth, Bergie at fifth, ahead of Click, Shark and Paul. So now it's a 4-point lead for Team Dignitas, 3 points away from winning the first map. Perhaps Back to Business have focused more on the other 2 maps, as they again have a lot of problems with that turn. Now Click is the one who drops down, and it looks like also Spam did crash in that turn. But, oh, okay, no, it's not going to pass Click. Will instead crash into the wall. So this is an opportunity now for Back to Business to win a point, but Pack and Bergie second and first, and then Nugget is at 5th place right now, so looks like it's not gonna matter. Team Dignitas on their way to win another point as Shark will lose his grip in the end. This is looking very easy for Team Dignitas, no problem at all. It's not even close, to be honest. And the score is now 0-5, 2 points away. Our Team Dignitas from winning the first map. And I honestly don't see any way that Back to Business can win this first map. And there has been no signs of that. And we see Click going too close to the pole. We'll end up clipping it. Shark will lose a lot of speed. We got Nugget and Bergie in the front, ahead of Paul. And Spam coming up to the last couple of turns here. Nugget still keeping that first place ahead of Paul, who will take second, but it's not gonna matter as he got Bergie, Spam and Pack not far behind him. Click and Shark at 7th and 8th. And Shark will even be able to finish this round, doesn't look like it. And it's now 0-6. I'm even starting to wonder here if Back to Business have practiced, because they are not driving good whatsoever. Crashing all over the place. Of course, they are in the semi-final playing against Team Dignitas, so I'm sure they are feeling the pressure as well, but this is not looking good whatsoever. Shark will crash in the start. Paul has also dropped down, and so has Click. Only Pessy remains surrounded by Team Dignitas players. Good turn there from Paul. Will go up to 3rd place. Looks like Pack lost a bit of speed, so Paul and Pessy will go up to 1st and 2nd place. This could be a draw right now. Click and Shark still at 7th and 8th. Can Paul and Pessy stay in front? No! Pessy will drop down, and will Paul take 1st place? He will, but it's not gonna matter. Pack, Spam, Nugget and Bergie are only about 900s between them. And it's another very strong point for Team Dignitas. And that's gonna be the end actually, that was the last round. So 0-7 for Team Dignitas on the first map. So I'm gonna update the scores. Alright, there we go. So yeah, that went quick. And well, let's see if Back to Business have practiced a bit more on the other maps. Because otherwise this will be the quickest semifinal ever played, I think. I don't know if there's any statistics, but pretty sure we don't often see this kind of blowout in a semifinal. Alright, so the second map will be Kill Me, Heal Me by Roa. The world record is 38.062 by Sheriff, who plays for Fun Team. And of course, Fun Team will go up against Penta at 9 PM CEST. And I will be casting that match as well. I was kind of worried that, you know, this match would maybe overlap the other semifinal, because I thought maybe it would be a close match, but looks like this might be over in less than 30 minutes if Team Dignitas will dominate this second map as they did on the first. And we see that Carl Jr. is now on the server as well, so that's gonna be of course it's gonna strengthen Team Dignitas even more. For Back to Business, we now got Corey driving instead of Click, Paul, Pessy and Shark remaining on the server. I believe this might be the last warm-up round. We can take a look at the Deddy. We see that Carl Jr. is at 7th, Paul at 9th, Bergie at 10th, Corey at 16th, Pessy at 19th, Nugget at 20th, Shark at 21st, and Spam at 27th. Alright, so that should be the last warm-up round. And we'll continue this semi-final match in Team Masters Team Cup 2015 between Team Dignitas and Back to Business. Team Dignitas easily defeated Back to Business on the first map with a 0-7 score. We'll see if Back to Business can force a third and deciding map, or if Team Dignitas will reach the grand final once again. As mentioned before, they are the defending champions after winning against Team Druids last year. Alright, here we go. See if Back to Business can do a bit better here. They do have pretty decent times compared to the Dignitas players, so I mean, they seem to be pretty prepared and trained. And they will get a bit of a better start here. Pessy will go up in the lead. Paul is also up there. Shark will a good turn, goes up to third place. This could be a point for Back to Business. Bergie will join up as well. We got Carl Jr. and Insane not far behind it either. The last couple of turns will decide it. Paul and Pessy first and second right now, but they got the 4 Dignitas players behind them. Shark will have to pass one of them, but they won't. And instead Bergie will pass Pessy with 100, and that's gonna be enough for Dignitas to win the first point. But yeah, definitely a much closer round than any of the rounds in the first map. And here we go, second round now. So I'm confident that Back to Business can at least win 1 point on this map. But it's clear that Dignitas are definitely prepared for this match. Nugget will take the lead, but Shark with good speed over the downhill will pass him. Paul and Corey also up there. Insane doing well. Looks like Carl Jr. is right now at the bottom together with Pessy. It's a really close round yet again. All 8 players are doing well. It's gonna decide it in the end. Carl Jr. will go up to third place. Great couple of turns here for Carl Jr. Is that gonna be the deciding factor? No, it's gonna crash in the end. But Dignitas still wins the point. 16-20 round score. And the first one was a 17-19 round score, so 2 close rounds to start off this second map. Oh, Nugget gonna drop down a bit in the start, and so will Shark. None of the other players though have made any mistakes. We got Bergie was in the lead at least. Paul and Pessy will pass him. Corey at 5th place. Will we see Back to Business winning their first point of the match? Carl Jr. will go up in the lead. Looks to be good here in the end of the map. Bergie is at second. And this guy, no, Bergie will crash and Corey will pass him. However, it's not gonna matter. It's another red point since Paul and Shark are at the bottom, 7th and 8th place. So another 16-20 round score and Team Dignitas up to a quick 3-0 lead. But it's definitely much closer though on the second map, so we'll see if Back to Business can make a comeback, but that's not gonna help. Pessy will make a crash in the start. Corey is at 7th. Paul and Shark is at the top. If they can take first and second, they would force a draw. But that's not gonna be an easy task. Bergie and Insane will now pass Paul. Nugget as well. Shark looks to win this round, but does not look like it's going to matter. Unless Paul can take second place, but no, he won't. He will be 100 behind Insane. And, oh no, it's a blue round actually. Corey takes 5th ahead of Carl Jr. and Bergie, and Back to Business finally wins their first point of the semifinal, 1-3. And all rounds so far have been close. That was a 19-17 round score, so Back to Business should not give up yet. If they can keep up their focus here, then they can definitely challenge Team Dignitas. Shark will crash again in the start. Corey is also at the bottom. It's up to Pessy and Paul now to do well. Nugget in the lead ahead of Pessy, Carl Jr. and Insane. Shark will pass Bergie. Good turn in the end, but will it be enough? Pessy will pass Insane and Paul might be able to pass him as well. Coming up to the last turn, Pessy might be able to take first as well. No, he won't. And it's going to be a red point, but it's another very, very close round score, 17-19. So Team Dignitas have won all the close rounds, and it's now 1-4. Oh, and Shark once again in the start. And that's not good. Shark was definitely their best player in the group stage, and I assume in their playoffs matches as well. But not doing that well in this semifinal so far. And now this opens up for Team Dignitas to go up to a 1-5 lead. Bergie in the lead, Nugget and Carl Jr. behind him. Insane not too far behind either. Pessy and Paul once again, the two players for Back to Business, doing the best. But it's not going to matter, and this will be another red point. And it is an ace as well. Bergie at first, Carl Jr. at second, Insane at third, and Nugget at fourth. Yeah, Shark, it's not done well. He's the player with the least amount of points, only with 20 points. Behind the Corey, then Pessy, Insane, Carl, Jr., Bergie, Paul, and Nugget in the lead. So yeah, that seems to be the reason why Back to Business are not doing so well. Shark not really coming up to his normal standard. 1-5 now, and Team Dignitas can reach match point, but Insane will end up clipping the wall. Paul and Pessy also with early mistakes, but will pass Insane at least. Nugget and Bergie in the lead, together with Shark. Paul at 5th place behind Corey, his teammate. Oh, and a terrible turn there from Shark. Will allow both Bergie and Nugget to pass him. I think this is going to be another narrow victory for Team Dignitas. 17-19. No, 16-20 this time. But yeah, it's another narrow victory here for Team Dignitas. And they are up to match point 1-6. It feels like Back to Business deserved to win a couple of more points, but kudos to Team Dignitas. They have not really had any bad rounds so far, which you can't say about Back to Business. Oh, Nugget will lose his grip in the downhill. We got Paul in the lead ahead of Insane and Bergie. And then Corey and Shark following. Oh, and Shark might be able to pass Insane. He will go up to 3rd place. If Paul can take this 1st place and Shark can take 3rd, this might be another point for Back to Business. Will it? Let's see. Pessy will finish the round, and it's going to be a draw. Back to Business is just not getting a break here. 1-6 is the score, and Team Dignitas still at match point. And yeah, this is pretty much impossible to make a comeback for Back to Business. But maybe they can win a couple of more rounds at least to make the score look a bit better. Shark will take the lead here, and that was a player for Dignitas. It was Insane who drops down. Bergie also at the bottom. Shark in the lead, ahead of Nugget, Pessy, Paul, and Carl Jr. This could be another blue point. Coming up to the ending, Paul will go up to second place. Shark and Paul first and second, and that will finally be another point for Back to Business. 23-13 round score. Score is now 2-6. Third match point now for Team Dignitas. Oh, and that was Corey. Goes a bit too close to the wall and consequently drops down to 8th place. Pessy in the lead, but all Dignitas players doing well. Led by Carl Jr. and Bergie. And here comes Nugget. Oh, and a huge bump there for Bergie. So that might mean that Back to Business can win another point. Pessy in the lead, but Paul with low speed in the end. All 3 Dignitas players will pass him. I think this is gonna be it. Pessy wins, but he got Nugget, Carl Jr. and Insane behind him. And Team Dignitas will reach yet another grand final. 17-19 round score in the end. What else? So Team Dignitas wins this semifinal with a score of 0-2, 0-7 on the first map, and then 2-7 on the second map. So that's gonna be it. I'll be back in about 30 minutes with the other semifinal, Fun Team versus Penta. Thanks for watching. GG.